I want to give people some talking points and some things that they can leave tonight and feel just a little bit more confident and assured. And one of the things is the DFW, economy as a whole. We've talked about Texas, but you even said, Houston's more export oil dependent, other things like that. We've got Austin that's tech dependent, and there's some different things that might feel a squeeze if we are in a recession. But as far as DFW, I mean, we're in a really different place. And so much so, I mean, I don't know if anybody saw, but we got Caterpillar from Illinois. We have more Fortune 500 companies in our state than anywhere else. And our net migration, especially to North Texas from other areas is huge and in a positive position. So talk about that just for a couple of minutes.
Well, so let me set the national expectation. I think we are nationally going to have a recession. And what that means is just two straight quarters of declining activity, right? Declining purchases of goods and services. And we may actually be in the final 2 weeks, by the first quarter of this year was actually declining GDP from the fourth quarter of last year. And we're teetering on whether this is going to be a positive or negative quarter. So we actually may be 6 months into a recession already nationally. But recessions are not something that is uniform across the entire nation. And this is really, I think, the crux of what your point is that if we have a recession nationally, and let's just say it's a mild recession, it's not super deep, it's very possible that DFW would never even have a decline in our GDP, our local GDP, because, as you said, just all these people and companies that are moving here, and that sort of the Chamber of Commerce reasons that, I mean, it's business climate, central time zone, highways, airports. We don't have snowstorms that cause, whatever. I mean, taxes, politics, freedom, whatever, crime. So there's lots of reasons people are moving here and are continuing to do so. So I don't think we're actually going to have a decline in business activity in North Texas, whether or not the U.S. technically has a recession or not, which I actually think the U.S. is going to have one. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I don't think DFW is actually going to decline at all. I think we're going to continue. Our growth may slow down, but I think we're going to continue to grow.
No, and I think you're absolutely right. I've got a relocation client that's literally on their way here from Indianapolis as we speak, and they'll be getting here this evening, closing on a house in West Allen tomorrow. And his comment to me when he came a couple of different trips over the past couple of months was, "Oh my gosh, your infrastructure. Oh my gosh, look how much retail opportunity you have and all of these other things." And he said, it's nice. He's like, "I thought everything was bigger in Texas. My house in Texas is newer and bigger than I'm going to be able to buy here, or my house in Indianapolis is newer and bigger." But the flip of that is he said, "But you work for one company where I come from." And he said, "That's the exciting thing." He's relocating with said company to North Texas. He said, "But if anything changes, the company closes down, or I decide I want a different opportunity," he said, "the opportunities are afforded to me in North Texas. And I can't say that about other areas of the country." And so when you hear that perspective of non-residents, it
Yeah.
really does open up your mind to we're gonna be okay. This is how people view us from other areas of the country.
Well, we took our lumps in the 80s when we had three main industries, banking, oil, and real estate, and they all collapsed all at the same time. And so the diversification into things like technology and insurance and um,
Yeah.
logistics and all these other areas that have all, grown at the expense of maybe uh, banking, real estate, and oil. Now we're very diversified, and so yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're an accountant at some firm in Indiana or wherever you said, and that firm shuts down, well, it may be harder to latch on. Whereas there are always companies here in North Texas that are needing accounting people or
Yeah.
needing finance people or, needing sales people. So I think that there's just a lot of opportunity here, and that's going to continue to be the case.
Thanks for watching, and check out our full discussion at the link in the show notes below. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, which helps us get introduced to more like-minded people just like you.